Good evening, welcome back to Healthy Boards and welcome back to another Thursday's Twitter. So today is a day where I can just talk about anything, and I want to talk about something that's been happening in my life. I'm not going to go into detail, but there was a rather lengthy form that I had to fill in. And I was putting it off for 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks I have worried about it, procrastinated about it, I've had headaches, I felt sick. I had to get witnesses to sign it and then send it off recorded delivery. And today was like the day where there were, sort of the last day really I could really do it. So it's either you do it now or you don't. And like I said, I'm not going to go into detail yet. I may be a bit further down the line. But, you know, I'm out of work and I've got a mortgage to pay. And it's been really, really tough. And it's tough as a single mum anyway. So I had to do this form. And I thought, just do it. Just fill it in and send it off. And see what happens. And it also meant that I had to go to my neighbours to get them to witness it. And then I had to go to the post office and send it recorded delivery. And then I was panicking about, will there be a parking space? And will I catch the post? And all this stuff, which ordinarily would not have been a problem. But since I had my car accident and had all these health problems, my confidence has been rock bottom. So I made my son come with me because I thought if I can't find a parking space, I can just drop him off. He can go in and post it. And then I can just find somewhere just to wait for him. And being a typical teenager, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to help. And he moaned. So that was all stressful. And it's really hard because I don't tell him what's going on because it's not fair on him. So if he knew the importance of it, he probably would have been a bit more amenable. Yeah, so it was all really stressful. But anyway, I managed to see my neighbours who I haven't seen for a while, and they're just so lovely. I've got some really lovely neighbours. So I went to do that. And then got home, I made a cup of tea and I made myself go out in the garden and just sit. It's been quite a nice day today. A bit of a chill in the air, but you know, you can sit out in the garden. So I got my cup of tea and went out in the garden. And I just sat there, just mulling over my life and where I'm at and what I want to do in the future. And I looked up at the clouds, or I looked up at the sky, because the sky was blue, but it was cloudy sort of intermittently, and there was this cloud the shape of an angel, and then right behind this angel there's probably about that much behind it of a rainbow. Now it hadn't been raining or anything like that, but it was just a little bit poking out of the clouds onto this angel. And I just had this immense, I know somebody is looking after me, I know I'm being watched over, and I just really felt that I'd done the right thing. And I feel exhausted, absolutely exhausted. It's probably why I haven't been sleeping that well the last few nights. But when I do believe we get signs from the universe, from God. And to me, I really believe in angels. It's one of my things. And to see that cloud in the shape of an angel, and I actually saw one before that. I saw one sort of to the left. I saw one and I thought, oh, that looks like an angel. But you know how like clouds dissipate, and it dissipated really quickly. And then I looked over to my right and there was one that was even more like an angel with this rainbow. And rainbows, I love rainbows. It's a sign of God's promises. And I looked at it and I just thought, yeah, I'm being looked after. And I felt really peaceful. And I procrastinated for 2 weeks, and I could have probably felt peaceful 2 weeks ago if I'd pulled my finger out and did it. But I just worried about it immensely, and rather than just doing it and see what happens. So anyway, so that was part of my day today and why I'm a bit late doing this. And I've said before, I've got a necklace here, and it's a heart-shaped pendant, and with a little angel charm. On one side of the pendant is my name, Claire Louise, And then on the back, I've got friends, family, and Solomon, because that's the 3 most important things in my life. And I've also got the numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if anyone's watched Mel Robbins, she's got loads of YouTube videos and she's like a motivational speaker. When she was in a really dark time in her life and they had loads of money, debt, and she didn't know what she was going to do with her life way before she was a motivational speaker. And they were losing the business and they didn't know if they were going to lose their house. And she woke up one morning and she just said to herself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed and do what I have to do. And she's done loads of like motivational speaks about this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I actually had that engraved on here. And it was almost like today, I was like, no, you've got to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. And that can be the same, like when we're trying to be healthy, change habits, because healthy eating is a habit, isn't it? And exercise is a habit. And, you know, I'm struggling at the moment because the weight isn't coming off as quick as what I would like it. But I'm also on a lot of medication. And this month seems to be a bit of a health month for me because I've got a diabetic eye test, I've got a normal eye test, I've got a double doctor's appointments to discuss various things, I've got dentist. So it's like my whole body's being looked at. And so today, yesterday I sort of toyed with the idea. I thought I need to keep doing something different with how I'm eating things because, like I've said before, my body has changed. You know, I've gone through the menopause. I can't eat what I used to eat. And so today I had on my phone, I've got an app that was recommended when I was diagnosed with diabetes. If you just bear with me. It's called Oviva. And it's an app where you can put in your weight, you put in your waist measurement, and it's free, and you can log all your meals, but it doesn't work out calories in that for you. You have to sort of like put in the calories yourself. Oh, this is the phone I was looking for. So I will put a picture. No, I'm totally not telling the truth. So this is called it's the NHS weight loss app. So you put in your weight and it works like your BMI, you put in your weight and your waist measurements, and then it tells you how many calories you can have. So it's put mine at a starting calories of 1,700. And then you've got, I can't really show you. So if I click on one, say like breakfast, and then you can put in what you've had. I don't know if you can see that. So I had an egg, 1 corn sausage, one of those like a Warburton's Thins, but it's the Lidl's own make, and like a teaspoon of chili sauce. And so that calculated that I had 266 calories for breakfast, and then I had so for lunch I had a high protein wrap, and I showed you when I did my Lidl's food haul yesterday that I was going to freeze them, and I don't know what's in these wraps, but they all stuck together, so I'm going to have to defrost them and then put parchment paper in between each one. So I had a high protein wrap, I had some low fat hummus, cucumber, tomatoes and some low-fat salad cream. And that came to 368 calories. And then for dinner, I've just had... I had a breaded chicken steak and then half a plate of mixed veg, and that came out at 452 calories. And then for snacks, I had the like, you know, a bit like a Garibaldi. It's like a crispy apple cinnamony slice. You get 3 in a little packet. It's a Lidl's own make, and that was 165 calories. I measured out 250 ml of semi-skimmed milk, which was 115 calories. I've had 1 teaspoon of sugar in my coffee. I have 1 coffee a day, and I've tried sweeteners and I've tried those flavoured syrup things, and I hate them. I get a real aftertaste in my mouth, so I'd always have 1 teaspoon, and I measure it out properly with a proper measuring spoon. That was 16 calories, and I've had 2 large waters today, so that's all I've had. And that has come to 1,382 calories, and I've got 318 calories left, which I'm going to use for fruit, because you also get there's 5 fruit and veg things to tick. So I've ticked 3 of them because I had rather a large amount for dinner, and I had my tomatoes and cucumber at lunchtime, so I'll probably have an apple and a little tangerine later with a herbal tea. So yeah, so I thought I would try that this week and see how I go with that. I'm actually feeling really full at the moment. I've just had a cup of tea, and I find water really fills me up as well. So yeah, so I'm just trying another thing and just seeing what works for me. And I have done it the old-fashioned way, where you fill in a food diary and work out all the calories individually. But this one's really good because it adds it all up, and then it takes it off your total for the day and tells you what you've got left. So I'm still filling in my food diary because that's telling me what to have each day, and then just doing this separately, and also screenshotting this so I can see what I've had for each day. So I'll keep you updated on that, and next week I will do a 5-week, I'll show you 5 weeks worth of food. Dougie! Sorry, he's just learned. I've got, where I sit on the sofa, I've got a shelf, and so I've got like a pot of pens and a few bits, a little mirror and stuff. And then he's worked out how that there's stuff up there and how to get up and get that. He's just worked out how to get into the windowsill. There's loads of little things on the windowsill that's quite exciting for a puppy. And I caught him sat on top of the cushion on the sofa looking outside. And then when we went out in the garden today, he actually climbed onto the little garden coffee table thing I've got. So he's exploring new avenues, and yes, I'm talking about you, and all these wonderful things that he can pick up, and he knows when he's done wrong because he scampers off so quick, like, you can't catch me, I know I'm not meant to have this. So we've had fun and games today. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, is calorie counting for a week and just seeing if it affects my weight loss, because next week I will be going to the doctors, and it'll be really good to, you know, not have to moan that it's coming off really slowly and stuff. So I've done my meditation, which is really helping me keep a bit grounded. I've got the wrong diary as well. But I've got another one of these Filofaxes that I keep for my gratitude journal. So I'm going to fill that in a minute and just put a few things that I'm grateful for today, how I'm feeling, some really positive words, and then I just put like 4 lines of what I want to happen, sort of like almost like trying to manifest it. And it really helps me to get stuff down on paper. So, you know, even if it's a bit negative, sometimes I just write it down because it helps get it out of here. And I wish, and I know all the tools, but like these last 2 weeks, I've been really worrying about this, where I could have just sat down and wrote it out and got all my feelings down on paper. But sometimes when you're stuck in that, I felt like a stuck record and I just couldn't move on. So yeah, so I've got all these appointments. We've also got the vets on Monday for Dougie for a second lot of injections, and then I'm meeting up with my best friend this month as well, which would be really nice. So yeah, so I've just got to keep reminding myself that I've lost 3 stone, and that's just totally amazing, and I've got to keep going. And I might sound a bit repetitive, but I've got to keep going. I've got to do this for my health. And I know that when I start going out with Dougie next week, that my mental health will start to feel a bit better. So yeah, we can get fit together. But it's really hard when you're struggling with stuff and you're a single mum and you have to make decisions on your own. It is hard. It's really hard, and it's one of the things that I really struggle with. And I think sometimes when you've got children and you shy them away from certain things, they don't understand why you're in a bad mood or why you're looking a bit sad, and you can't really tell them, you know. I don't want Solomon worrying about me. I know he's been worried about my health and stuff. And I think he's quite glad that I'm not in my pyjamas 24/7 just sat on the sofa, which I did for 6 months. So yeah, so it's just finding that balance, isn't it? And life is just such a learning curve. I always thought when I was younger that by the time I got to this age at 55 that I'd have it pretty much sorted, but then when you go through a divorce, it's like the apple cart's turned over again, and you're almost having to start again. But I'm trying to be really positive. I am a positive person normally. I'm just having a really bad day. My eyes are so tired. I just feel like I want to lie back with some really cold cucumber on my eyes and just relax. But I'm going to do I'm going to do a session of meditation in a minute, fill in my gratitude journal, and then find something to watch on TV. So, little box of positivity. Let's put some positivity into my evening. So, as per usual, I'll just shuffle them really badly, and then we'll cut them in half, and then we'll take the top one. Be sure to take enough vitamin me. Be sure to take enough vitamin me. Wow. When I sat out in the garden this afternoon, I actually thought, well, my friend texted me to see if I was okay. And I said I'm outside getting some vitamin D. So that's quite apt for today. Vitamin me. I need to do some nice things for me. And yeah. I know that especially when I've got things to deal with, like I dealt with today, sometimes I don't feel enough. I don't feel worthy, and I'm quite hard on myself. But yeah, be sure to take enough vitamin me and just take care of yourself. Just start to look after yourself. I'll put that afterwards as a screenshot. And yeah, I did do some like a food diary and stuff, but my old phone died on me and I've lost it. So this, like, I had to buy another phone, which I couldn't really afford, but it's a really cheap one, and it is really cheap, and it's so slow, but it will just do for now. And next week I will post like a week's worth of what I've eaten for the week, and then hopefully that will inspire some of you to get onto your healthy eating, fitness plan, planning for the future. I feel like I'm in limbo at the moment, and although I want plans for the future, I feel like I can't really make plans because I don't know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing. But I still need to make some plans. I think we all need to have goals, don't we, to aspire to. So I'm going to do that tonight as well, and just have a bit of writing time. And I noticed that lately I haven't been listening to much music, and I love my music. So I charged up my iPod that's donkey's years old, and I remember when I bought it, I did 3 car boot sales to raise the money to buy one, because I've got all these albums and I wanted to put it on something, so it was more portable. So I bought that after I did these 3 car boot sales, and I put all my music up. I think I got about 200 albums on there, and I actually charged it up the other day and listened to some stuff, which was really therapeutic. So tomorrow's Fitness Friday, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought maybe I might do a walk-in video. There's loads of walk-in videos on YouTube. So I might find something and do like maybe 20 minutes of walking and see how that goes. I'm just trying to try all different things. So we'll leave it there. I hope you all have a really good rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you tomorrow.